24 hours from now, $5 million taxpayer dollars will be given away to startup companies as part of the 43 North competition. That's a New York State initiative designed to bring jobs and businesses here to Western New York. The companies that get the money have to agree to stay in town, but only for 1 year. Charlotte Keith from Investigative Post found out in many cases the winners leave Buffalo once a year is up. So she asked the executive director why that's allowed.
The 43 North competition was meant to fix a weak link in Buffalo's economy, the lack of startup companies.
The largest business plan competition in the world is right here in Buffalo, thanks to Governor Cuomo.
Startups from across the world compete to win up to $1 million in prize money, paid for with public funds. In exchange, winners have to give 43 North 5% of their company and agree to move to Buffalo. But they only have to stay for a year. That's the problem. In the first 2 years, 14 companies relocated to Buffalo after winning. Only 3 of those still have employees here. $4 million, nearly half the prize money given out in that time, has gone to companies that now don't employ anyone in Western New York. Most of the companies that are still here were local to begin with. Peyush Shrivastava went home to Ohio to finish his degree, taking his medical device company with him. Daniel Shani moved to New York to be closer to his company's manufacturing operations. Ace Calwood wanted to let the employees at his tech company work remotely. Many of them wanted to go back to Virginia.
You know, if a company gets $500,000 and leaves after a year, how is that a good use of Western New Yorkers' money?
Yeah, and I can understand why people might be concerned about that.
Why not make companies stay for longer than a year? Gavigan said it would deter the best companies from even applying in the first place.
You know, it's a gamble, unfortunately, that hasn't paid off. I think on behalf of the taxpayer, I think you have to develop some mechanism that increases our odds of them staying.
We actually award money in exchange for equity in those companies as well. So we actually have an investment in each one of those companies. We don't just give it away.
43 North owns 5% of each of the 29 winning companies and could make its investment back if they become successful, although organizers acknowledge in most cases that won't happen. Lauren Washington experienced all this firsthand. Her company, Keep Up, won $250,000 in the first year of the competition.
For me, I never thought twice about moving there. If you're running a company, this is something that you really dream about.
She liked Buffalo, the food, the people, the atmosphere. But after the required year was up and a deal with a local investor fell through at the last minute, it was hard for her to justify staying.
So really, literally within 2 weeks, I had to make the decision to leave Buffalo, and it was pretty devastating.
43 North has had success stories, like ACV Auctions, the local company that won the $1 million prize in 2015 and now employs almost 80 people in Buffalo. I spoke to 6 experts and people who run similar competitions elsewhere, who said helping local companies is a safer bet because they're more likely to stay and create jobs in the region. Many state-funded competitions take this more cautious approach. 43 North organizers say their way has other benefits.
In North America and around the globe, people are beginning to believe that Buffalo is a place that you can start and grow a business and have a successful life. How do you put a price tag on that?
Well, so far, 43 North has received $17 million from the state, and the governor is doubling down. He announced earlier this year that he's giving the program another $25 million, enough for 5 more years of competition. For Channel 2 News, I'm Charlotte Keith with Investigative Post.
Thank you, Charlotte. Now, in a few months, last year's winners will face the same decision, and Charlotte will follow up with 43 North to see if more startups decide to stay here in Western New York. For now, you can log on to investigativepost.org to read why some researchers think this program has a design flaw.